Hi there, this lesson is all about color temperature and psychology. Now the temperature is all about cool and warm colors, and usually they are categorized as warm and as cool colors. So that is what is meant as warm and cool. However, color temperature is a lot more than just that. So let's get to it. Now the thing is that mountains and trees a few miles away may appear blue, violet or such cool hues due to atmospheric particles reflecting the color of the blue sky. Now that is super important to understand. Cool colors seem to be receding or retreating, and the warm colors are advancing or getting towards the viewer's eyes. Now I've also placed green there, and a question mark, which one is warm and which one is cold. To my eyes, I cannot say which one is warm and which one is cold, because in honesty, these values here are pretty interestingly picked. So it's truly hard to say which one is warm and which one is cold. I cannot say. But yeah, the main thing is that cool colors, they seem to be retreating. Warm colors, they tend to be more like closer to the viewer. Now this is interesting. Now colors in context. Now placing a warm color next to an even warmer color makes the original warm color look cooler. So what we have here is warm color, but this is even warmer because this is in context. It feels that this color is more warmer than the other color because the other color is more pale, so it feels cold. When we think about these two colors, we can see that this color is cold because it has more blue. It has more blue than this color. Super important to note. More blue, colder, or green. If you add more green, the same thing happens. Less green, less blue, more red. And then we have this is warm, this is cold. But then when we combine this to this, we can see that this is warm and this is cold. And pay attention to these values. So more green, more blue, and then we have more red. This color has more red, but it's actually blue. So if we check from the color wheel, you can see that it's blue. It feels like it's kind of like warm, could be going more to the red. It is going more to the red, so it feels warmer, but it's not red, it's not purple, anything like that, it's blue. But that's context. That is something that you have to remember when you place these colors next to each other. You can see that one is warm, one is cold, but these both are cold. But yet again, one is warmer than the other one. Super interesting stuff. Now then we have something what is called color relativity. Yet again, here is an example where you can see that the center dot that you see here, it looks more blue because it's the surrounding color is warm red. However, in this scenario, it feels more red than blue. However, they are the same color, but because of the surrounding color, they look very different. So yet again, when picking colors, I know it feels already super complex. It feels like, no, there's too much to remember. But when you do more and more of this stuff, you kind of like try out things. You keep in mind these different principles. Some point in your artistic journey, you feel like, I don't have to think about these things anymore. I just understand. And then beautiful things happen. But the thing is that, this looks more blue, this looks more red. They are the same color. Super interesting stuff. So that's color relativity. Now then we have a drawing that has been colored in two different ways. You have a warm color palette and you have a cold color palette. Now when you look at these drawings, you can clearly see that the mood with the right side image, with the right side drawing, is kind of like warm, it's inviting, it feels like sunny, it feels more like, well, for me it feels like I would like to be there. I would like to be in that moment. I would like to be there in that warmth. With the left side image, it feels cold. It feels like it's not so inviting for me. It feels like I wouldn't like to be there. It's more like silent. It feels, like very, it feels just, I don't know, chilly. It feels like, I don't know, like icy. It's hard to explain, but it's not so inviting to me. So it feels like cold, but it's the same drawing. So that is super interesting to note that this is the same drawing. I have just used different color scheme for the drawing, and the effect that it creates is very different. Now, as a last thing, we have color psychology, and that's how kind of colors affect human behavior, emotions, and perceptions. And I've added like positive associations, because the thing is that color, they do have like a double meaning. It's not like you pick a color and it's only like have one meaning. No, like if you pick yellow, it does have positive association, positive meaning, and a negative meaning. So creativity, energetic, joy, those are positive things. But yellow could also be illness, danger, madness. And if you think about green, like have you ever stopped to a drawing and see like green liquid on some kind of like glass bottle or something? It usually feels like it's poison, it truly feels like poison. And that is the thing that the artist has used. Like it really gives the instant vibe that, yeah, it's something like I shouldn't drink. It feels poisonous. But also green means nature, growth, health, and hope. But it's how you use the colors in which context. Then we have like cold, like I've used cold in the last example. And then we have like happiness, friendliness, fun in a positive way. So the colors truly do have different meanings. And these are not like some truths of how colors are. These are generic way of thinking what colors mean to humans and how they are perceived. So you can use this information as a guideline of how colors are usually seen. Like mystery, spirituality, future, royalty. These are usually used, in branding and design and stuff like that. You usually see different color choices for different brands. But that's about color temperature and psychology. Hopefully you learned a lot of new things. So let's get to the next lesson.